And have I got a treat for you? This is the first phone from Samsung that's an Android budget model. Oh, damn, okay, the box just opens just like that. Oh, dude, that's sweet. Is this the complete in box? Judging from the bottom of the box, this has to be some sort of Asian variant of the phone. I guess we'll just open the thing up and take a look at the Samsung You know what? Maybe we shouldn't pronounce it like that. I don't want to lose monetization, so I quickly googled the name, and apparently it's pronounced Galaxy Spica, and it actually originates from a Latin word. That's kind of weird. I thought it would be Hispanic. Anyways, questionable name aside, let's open up this box and take a look at what's inside. First up, we got the phone itself, and oh, whoa, alright, yeah, you know what, we'll just take a look at the design of that in a sec. We've also got a battery, which, it appears sealed, but is it just like, oh, okay, it's been resealed with the adhesive it's got. Next up, we've got I guess like a foreign power adapter, and oh, you know what, that's cool, it's designed so it won't shock you if it's like halfway out of the outlet. Yeah, in America, we got these plugs where if they're like halfway out, the current's still going through them, so if anything makes contact with it, it's just getting fried. When I was a kid, I had a Fitbit Charge 2 with a metal band, and one night I decided it'd be a good idea to charge it on one of these bricks, and overnight the weight like slowly loosened it, and eventually it made contact with these and just fried the entire socket. Scared the hell out of me when I was sleeping. So yeah, I almost burned my house down. Anyways, look at this cool micro USB cable. And the last thing inside the package is these very cheap earbuds, which I don't even think the original owner bothered to use these, and yeah, no they didn't, look, the seal's still there. When it comes to earbuds, I'm not really a fan of the one with the rubber tips, but this is just uncomfortable. I'm so glad we have stuff like the AirPods 4 today. And it seems like there's no manuals for me to not read, so let's move on to the phone itself. It kind of feels like Leapfrog made this phone, actually. You get what I'm talking about, right? The Leapfrog Leap pads that look identical to this thing. Aside from the cool color scheme, we just got a bunch of buttons on this phone. They actually sold screen protectors back in 2009, I wouldn't know. Surprisingly, the lock button is right on the side of the phone, which is a really nice ergonomic choice. It's been 17 years, you can finally breathe. And we also have a camera shortcut on this thing, 15 years before Apple did it. We've also got our very flimsy volume buttons on the side, and our, I guess, just entire control panel at the bottom of the phone. To find out what these do, though, we gotta power the phone up, so I guess we'll just insert the battery. Yeah, you know what? I'm guessing it doesn't have a charge. Speaking of which, how do we charge this thing? Oh, it's a flap at the top. And magically, it's 3 hours later and we've got a full battery charge on the thing, so let's turn it on and see what's up with it. I mean, it was kind of obvious from the design of the phone, but it seems like we're running like some ancient version of Android on this thing. I wonder if it's like 1.5 or 2.1, because this phone did ship with 1.5. Oh, and immediately I'm noticing the touchscreen just kind of sucks to use. You know what, why don't we just use the D-pad? Oh yeah, that's actually way more responsive. And we are using Android 2.1 Update 1. Oh, you know, is there an Easter egg? Oh, no Easter egg. And because we're already inside settings, we may as well just turn on internet for this phone and see what we can do with it today. I'm guessing not much. And usually on these really old Android devices, the on-screen keyboard just sucks, but here it's actually, yeah, not that bad. The phone also has really strong haptics, which is a nice bonus for 2009. But to tell you the truth, I don't know if it's the haptics that are strong or if it's the phone that's weak. Alright, so the first app I want to take a look at is the web browser, because if you can't access the internet on a smart device, what's the point? And wow, yeah, the web browser still works, and it's actually pretty fast. But that's for an unsecured website with HTTP. What if we try to access something like old.reddit.com? Yeah, and that's about what I expected. The certificates on this thing are way out of date. So you know that YouTuber Action Retro, right? He actually made a web browser for older devices that can't support secure connections. Oh, and wow, yeah, we can't even search Google for that. Alright, I'll just grab the direct link. Give me a sec. Here we go. This should work fine, and yeah, we can't really pinch to zoom on old Android, so you're kind of just stuck with the zoom in, zoom out function. And even though the screen's really small, navigating the web with the D-pad and the back button, it's actually really comfortable. We could definitely make this more usable if I could change some settings on the phone, but I don't really see it in the UI here. Oh, you know what? That's right. Old Android versions had it mapped to the menu button for some reason. Default zoom, far. Oh, whoops, that actually made it worse. Alright, yeah, let's just set it to really close then. With those tweaks, the Frog Find browser, and the physical buttons on this phone, it just feels like a really novel way to browse the internet. But can it load a web page though? I tried to load the XDA News webpage, and it's safe to say some things are missing from here. What if we try apple.com? Oh, okay, so this is a way better example of browsing the web. It's not very interactive, but you do get all the information from the website. So we can barely browse the web on this thing. That's one box checked. We do have an SMS and phone call app right next to browsers, so if we pop a SIM card in this thing, can we actually use it as a phone today? Oh, you know what? Wait a second. Does this use the full-size SIM? Ugh, I gotta buy an adapter. I mean, it's still better than dealing with eSIM. That was fast. I'm hoping at the very least this thing will support 3G. Oh no, I cheaped out on the adapter, now the SIM card and the adapter are stuck in the slot. Oh, that's cool, it bent my SIM tool. Alright, I guess we gotta crack the thing open. Why does pretty much everything I do go wrong on this channel? There we go. Okay, and with this back cover off, we can at least just try to wiggle this thing out of here. There we go. Okay, so assuming I didn't just completely break the SIM card port, let's turn it back on and see if it works. I'm begging you, please don't come loose this time. It's not a good sign that we're not getting any bars, but maybe we could find our network inside here. Oh, and that's surprising, it actually found T-Mobile. Oh, you know what, I think that's the only carrier that supports like 2G, 3G in my country. I don't think this is gonna work because I'm using a track phone SIM card, so why don't we pop that thing out and pop it in an actual T-Mobile like MVNO SIM card. And now with the T-Mobile SIM card inside the thing, let's see if it activates. And with it saying registered on network, let's see if we can call now. Oh wait, what? So I tried just about everything to get cellular working on this phone. I set the APN correctly, set it to 2G only, and I even went outside. But after doing all of those, I'm still not getting a cellular connection, so unfortunately, this is just not usable as a cell phone today. What about the Wi-Fi stuff this thing can do, though? Let's head to the Android market to see what apps we can download. Oh, but we gotta log in with the Google account first. Yeah, this isn't gonna work. What do you mean my username and password don't match? I entered it correctly. I guess I'll try it again. Alright, the servers for this are just so broken, it doesn't even know what error to throw up. So I think at this point, it's pretty fair to say if you're relying on the stuff pre-installed on the system, you're really not going to go anywhere because all the servers have been shut down. But thankfully on Android, we have the ability to sideload apps on here, and I want to test out a bunch of stuff, including the Java ME apps. Now the first thing we can fix with sideloading is actually YouTube, because right now that just doesn't work here. But there is a GitHub project that lets you translate the modern YouTube data into a front end from 2009. So hopefully we can point that old YouTube APK to this front end, or maybe just run it from a website, but I guess we'll see. And along with YouTube, there is a Discord client that'll work on this phone, but it's kind of strange because it's a Java app and not a native Android app, but it'll still be fun to test regardless. So along with those third-party clients, I'm going to grab a bunch of old APK files from this archive, and we'll figure out just how usable the Galaxy Spica is in 2026. So I guess the first third-party app we're going to run on this thing is a system checker, just to see what we're working with inside this phone. I'm curious what's under system. Oh, we have a total of 160 megs of RAM. At the very least, I was expecting like 500, but I guess I should adjust my expectations to this time period. I wonder how bad the screen specs are on this thing. Oh, okay, then apparently they're so bad the app just closes itself. After trying again, it loads up just fine, but this app is very janky, but we're running with a screen resolution of 320 by 480. But hey, at the very least, we're working with 2 extra hertz compared to most phones. That's a win, right? Next up, let's try out a patched version of YouTube for this Android version, and what I did is I ran like a script inside the YT 2009 front end, and oh, okay, it just seems it's not working. What I was gonna say is there's an APK patcher inside that GitHub that fixes the app for you, and I did it, but it just seems like it's not gonna work. And it seems like the search isn't working here either, so what if we just put the instance into the web browser and see what happens? Okay, now we're getting somewhere. So this front end can show you a bunch of modern YouTube videos, but up front and center is just a bunch of videos from 2009, and actually one of the videos up front is a phone review? Really? Things just never change, huh? Complete action using browser or Opera. Okay, yeah, actually, we might want to use a more modern web browser to play this video. Motorola Droid versus iPhone 3GS. This is gonna be a good watch. Oh, no way, is the video actually gonna play? Aww. It seems like the video player is functional, but I don't know how to get it to play the video itself. If I hit replay, will it work? Okay, well there's my dreams crushed. And speaking of things that never changed, Opera popped up an ad that I just can't escape from. How's Opera GX going, huh? And after those, let's take a break with some Java apps. Now you're probably asking, why not just install the native Android versions of these things? Well, old developers don't care about old Android. There are some, but not enough to make clients for Discord and YouTube. So first up, let's try out Discord made for old phones that run Java, like a Nokia. Well, if it works, it works, and I gotta find my Discord token to log into this. And with our token put in, let's see if we can log in. If you're gonna make me wait this long, can you at least give me like a game of Snake or something to play? Yeah, it seems like it's stuck in a loading loop. Maybe we can clear the data for this thing and set it up differently? This time we're going to use a proxy server and a gateway and see if that fixes the issue. Yeah, unfortunately it seems like whatever I do, we're just plagued by the infinite loading bug. There's actually another way to get Discord working on this thing with Discord WAP. Really? That's what you call it? Similar to YT 2009, this lets you run Discord in the web browser, but it's way lighter. But fair disclaimer, it's not really a good idea to put your token into a public instance, but I'm using an account I don't care about anyways. There's no way this works. Whoa. Honestly, I'm just shocked. You have Discord working on a web browser from 2009. I mean, yeah, it's basic, but it's working. Can we send a message, though? Hello from Android 2. Okay, you know what? Good enough. Message sent. And the message actually went through, so you can run Discord on the Galaxy Spica. And after the, I guess you could call it success of Java Discord, let's try out JTube. Now, the way this works is actually pretty interesting. It uses this third-party client called YouTube Premium, which you should pay for right now. And we have another Java I/O exception, so it seems like a lot of these Java apps that require networking just won't work on this phone. Oh, and that's pretty cool. The cherry on top is that the app crashes too. And we only have one Java app left to test, Need for Speed Shift. I swear if this needs an internet connection. Oh, and apparently this game isn't in English. I mean, should still be fine, right? This is actually a pretty fun racer on mobile. Oh, damn it, I hit the back button. I'm kind of curious to see if the controls change if we change the orientation of the phone as well. Oh, and that's cool. We have a source engine moment up here. I'm starting to think this emulator isn't the best with all the connection issues in this. And if you turn the phone on its side, the buttons do reorient. So if we had a better emulator here, this actually might not be a bad way to play a bunch of J2ME games. I've actually never used a Java mobile application before this phone, so at least that's something new for me. But next up, let's take a look at Google Maps. Okay, so judging by the terms and conditions being from 2025, I think this is working, but I can't accept them or deny them. We're just kind of like soft locked here. Oh, okay, never mind. Just had to wait 30 seconds for it to process. And judging by that, yeah, we're actually using a very modern version of this map. And judging by the symbol at the top of the status bar, I think this phone does have GPS support. Is Street View supported? I'm not seeing a way to do Street View, unfortunately, but it's still really impressive you get a modern listing for a bunch of places on Google Maps still. What about real-time navigation, though? I mean, not that you could even use it, because we're not going to connect this thing to a cellular network, but it'd be cool to try, right? Alright, well that's server dependent. Let's see if we can navigate to the White House. Oh, okay, the app just crashes. So Google Maps halfway works on the Galaxy Spica, and last up, let's take a look at a native Android game, Angry Birds. Dude, we got like 150 megs of RAM, I'll be surprised if it even loads. Okay, that kind of jump scared me. Please go down, please go down, oh my, shut up. Okay, I think it's over. Okay, alright, yeah, no, shut up, shut up. Alright, let's try this app again. Oh, that's a much better volume. I didn't even know it was possible for Angry Birds to run this bad on a device, but judging by the scrolling on the main menu, it's like, what, 0.5 frames a second? And please, please tell me this turns it off. It's dimming. Okay, yeah, there we go. I guess there's really only one way to find out how this performs. Oh, the loading text is broken. And the game is just completely frozen. And hey, the pig blinked. Okay, we're running at 0.2 frames a second inside the game itself. Yeah, this is unplayable. So, that's the Samsung Spica in 2026. Now, is this phone usable today? For use as a daily driver? Obviously no. However, if you're intentionally going out of your way to pick up an old Android, it's honestly not a bad option, especially with the D-pad it's got. However, if you're already going out of your way to pick up an old Android phone, you may as well treat yourself with a Motorola Droid, or actually, you know what, better yet, an Xperia Play. I should get my hands on that thing. But me personally, I'm just happy to add the first Samsung budget Android to my collection. You know, when they had an excuse to be bad. Anyways, thanks for watching, and let me know down in the comments, what other Android phones, iPhones, or, you know, Windows phones you want me to take a look at next. Alright, I'll see you later.